You want to win more games in Fortnite Zero Build? So today again, I let you get a look inside my mind and show you how I'm able to win games consistently. The skills and strategies you will learn today will improve your win rate in normal games, ranked games, and even tournament games. I come from a different BR, where I personally won a lot of tournaments, so I think I have a unique perspective, especially coming from another game. But implementing my strategies made me climb from bronze to elite in literally just 4 days of playing. So let's dive into it. Today again, I got a banger of a game prepared for you guys, and we are gonna go through it together, meaning while I show you the plays, I will explain my thought process in all of it. So if you find something helpful, it will be easier for you guys to adjust your own gameplay. For this game, I dropped on my go-to drop spot, which is the little windmill town right outside of fencing fields. I talked about it in the earlier episodes, but very briefly, I drop here because there is plenty of loot spawns, 5 guaranteed barrels, as well as usually no enemies. And not only that, right after I'm done looting this spot, the zip line takes me right over to fencing fields, and the shed right here has another 5 barrels, meaning in total we got 10 barrels and will start every single match with 100 shields. You don't need to drop exactly here, but try to find early game rotations that are just as effective. You don't want to fight on your first building, and you want to get enough barrels to get full health every time. And as usual, my next play is to push fencing fields, because best case I want to get Nisha Striker AR as well as the medallion here. Notice that I'm playing really careful here, as fencing fields of course is a super hot drop, and getting too close to enemies will get you third party here. This is why for a while I stay on the roof here, and after getting some poke damage in on this guy, I see footsteps right below me and instantly back out with my movement. And once he pushes me, I again evade his push with my movement tool. However, after he hit me for 50 damage, he felt confident in being able to push me here. And my best play right here was taking a right side peek, and while he jumps on me, I hit him with an insane burst of 125 damage before switching to the shorty and taking him out of the game. This is the type of fight you really want to avoid as much as possible, and it was his mistake that he really tried to force this 50-50 fight. I ended up aiming a little bit better than him and got the win. But don't be mistaken guys, this is a fight you want to avoid as hard as possible. I'm pretty low, but one of the advantages of fencing fields is that you have heal and shield laying around everywhere, and we fought right next to the slurp truck, and after destroying it, I'm back to full health. And of course, the next play we do is go back to fencing field, take a safe spot, and see if we can damage someone. I spot a guy running straight over the field, hit him for 120 damage, and take him out just like that. Next up, I noticed that somebody is doing the boss, so of course we gotta stop him, and just as he kills Nisha, I strike and completely get rid of him, getting Nisha for free in the process. Not a pretty play, but definitely an efficient play. As I'm loading my guns, a third party happens. I quickly hit him with some damage before taking up all the loot. Notice how I'm not greedily going for the medallion right away, as I notice him right outside the window. This way I avoid taking a huge amount of damage here. And while grabbing it, he actually does hit me with some good damage afterwards. And at this point, I'm trying to get into the mind of my enemy. And after doing this much damage to me, he's gonna think I'm gonna run, which is exactly why I do the opposite. Peek real quick and hit him with a good shorty shot here. I only back out afterwards, start regenerating shield with my medallion before fully shielding up. He keeps pushing me, and as I said before, I do not want to go for these 50-50 fights, so I back out, take the bush over here, and hit him with a huge amount of damage. As I push him, he backs out back into the building, and I fail to push him, so I know my next best play is to gatekeep him as the zone is pushing in. I do just that, and as he's desperate to get into the zone, I get an easy kill on the guy, and thankfully finally also get my sniper rifle. This was a super long early game, and as I'm trying to leave fencing fields, somebody else comes pushing in with their car. I briefly check the map and notice another guy with a medallion, most likely from Snooty Steps, is pushing me at the same time. So of course, in order to evade the third party, I back out. Knowing I already damaged the car pretty hard, I continue shooting it, and it blows up, dealing 50 damage to him, as well as forcing him into the fight with the guy that's already chasing him, setting up an easy third party for me afterwards. Sadly, I missed the snipe, and instead of fighting each other, they both end up pushing me with the same car, but I end up hitting a huge amount of damage on him while he pushes me with the car. However, knowing the other guy is this close, as well as spotting a third guy right here, I decide it's time to flee the scene despite everybody else being low, because this fight will be an absolute mess. I managed to back out, but one of the guys forces me into a close range fight, so I take the only bit of cover I have right here, which is this tree, and seeing this guy has no cover at all, I know I'm gonna get him. He ended up doing way more damage to me than I hoped, so I take his pizza and back out further, again as I know there's more people right next to me. I jump in a bush and start eating the pizza. As I do that, somebody starts shooting me, and I take cover behind this rock here. I see him pushing to the left, try to get a sniper angle. But as I do that, I notice somebody else pushing me on a hoverboard. So I don't go for it, and instead grapple over to the boat. It has the jump pad, as all I want right now is get as far away as possible from here. As I rotate into the zone, I spot all 4 remaining TSK moment. I spot all remaining medallions next to me. We got one guy with a medallion right, one guy with a medallion left, and one guy with 2 medallions also to the left. I am kind of scared at this point. However, I see the guys to the left fighting, so I decide to try to third party this. And as I push up the hill, I see a guy jump straight in front of me, hit him with a nice snipe, and as I try to push him, I get shot from behind by the other guy with a medallion. He almost snipes me as I take cover behind this rock. The issue is, I know the other guy that I just shot also knows my position, so my only option is to switch positions and pray that I have enough cover behind these rocks here. I get a good angle on the guy, hit him with a good snipe, and knowing that I have 2 people behind me, my best play is to get rid of this guy so all my enemies are in one direction and I can take cover from all of them at the same time. I use this opportunity to push, take some cover behind this tree here, quickly get rid of this guy, and this guy has some really good gear for me. I get a TMNT weapon, another medallion, as well as the mythic auto shotty. However, once I pick up the dude, I realized that my calculation was wrong and there's yet another guy on this high ground. I use my movement to get back on the high ground myself and take cover from this guy. Sadly, he did damage me a little bit. And of course, I know there's more people on my other side. Barely miss getting a headshot here by ducking just in time as I had a feeling I was being watched, and drop down to the low ground, get back up and try to get some cover in this bush here. However, sadly, it is not in the zone and the zone is coming in. And as I see the guy leaving the high ground with his car, I decide it is my time to take over this high ground. Use my movement to get up. See a guy on a hoverboard, hit him with a quick snipe, try another one mid-air, almost hit the snipe of the sentry there. However, barely miss it. Knowing the map, I know there's a vending machine at this train station, so I head over and shield up. As I try to rotate into the zone, one guy pushes me in his car. I manage to land 58 damage on him. However, I get shot from the other side and I try to back out. I do get hit super hard by the guy in the car. However, thankfully, managed to get into the rift and rotate to the next train station. I notice the guy is chasing me. Try to damage him, but here a car also approaching me. Go for this guy instead. Damage him for 73 damage. Head to the vending machine and get some more shield. I am all in this game. I don't care how much gold I'm spending. I want to win. I get outside to try to get a better angle on the guy still outside the zone that I see on the map, since he has a medallion. Spot him on the high ground. Try a snipe, but he jumps exactly above it in the right moment. Try another snipe, but he slows his momentum mid-air by starting to charge his movement, making me barely miss again. This guy is on some ultra instinct or something. He dodged perfectly twice there. I notice the zone is moving, and while I would have loved to take this guy out, getting into the zone takes highest priority here for me. So I do just that and use my movement to get a little bit of cover in the next zone. We still have 5 people alive and the zone is super small at this point. I see the bridge to my right and think it should be a pretty safe location. And indeed, all my angles are covered right here. However, guys, it seems like somebody else also had the same idea, as I see footsteps approaching just on top of me. He starts shooting me and I back out behind this rock here. At this stage of the game, the only thing you want is not take fights as much as possible. The issue is I'm hearing shots behind me. Thankfully, he hasn't noticed me before. However, once I turn around, he starts sniping me. I attempt one snipe myself, get hit, and I know it's time to move, as the other guy behind me definitely knows I'm at. Spot him straight ahead of me, try a snipe. We both miss. However, the guy behind me has an NPC that threw a nade on me, which sadly hit me. So my only play is to try to flee, but the other guy went on to push me here. However, that means the bridge is empty again. So instead of fighting him, I go back below the bridge. I am honestly just trying to outmaneuver my enemies at this point. However, another guy drives straight over the bridge, forcing me to rotate to the other side. However, this is where the other guy went, of course. I hit him with a nice burst with my AR here. Sadly, he has a bunker. So again, I'm forced to turn around and try to get different cover. We still have the guy all the way up top there, but it looks like somebody else is pushing him. And I attempt a snipe, sadly miss it, as the guy behind me in the bunker starts shooting me. I use my last shield and another guy pushes me from behind. And after getting behind the rock, the guy up top also starts shooting me. All 3 remaining players are on me at this point. And it really looks like this game is over for me. I try my best to get in cover, but again, somebody is on the bridge here. I hit him a bit before getting back behind the other rock. I am desperately trying not to fight this guy, while this guy is really desperately trying to die to me. He pushes me again while I have cover. I attempt the quickscope, however, barely missed the guy. Hit him once with the shotty, but he keeps pushing. So I hit him 2 more times, make that 3 before rotating into the zone. While I'm moving him, I look backwards and see him moving into the zone as well. I notice these guys fighting and figure out this is my best chance to finally get to the high ground. I move up, spot the guy that has been camping this building for a while up there. Hit him for some good damage before again the guy behind me pushed me. He went straight into the bush. And I know at this point I have to fight him. Thankfully hitting him with some really good damage as he's desperately trying to hide in a bunker. I finally get rid of this guy and we are in the final 1v1. I take his medallion and dash into cover as I spot the guy on the high ground. I hit him with a really good quick scope right through the fence here. Knowing this is the biggest advantage I can get, I instantly dash up and use the secondary ability to hit him for a bonus 70 damage here. Switch to the shotty and cleanly finish the game. I absolutely love this game for the Inside My Mind series here, as it honestly had a crazy difficult beginning, a crazy hard mid game, and an insanely hard end game. It really had no easy situations, and in contrast to the game yesterday, the first one, I really had to think very hard. This game was all about strategy, all about not getting third parties, evading enemy pushes, trying to predict enemy movement and doing the opposite of what my enemy expects me to do. I had to hit some really good snipes in order to stay in the game. Yeah, this game had everything and I 100% needed to share this with you. Okay guys, I am still a very small channel and it's my dream to change that. So if you want to help me out, would really appreciate every like and subscribe. I am putting a ton of effort into these videos and yeah, would be really cool. Okay, I have a couple really cool games to share with you next. Of course, trying to get out the videos ASAP. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day and bye bye.